Hi, Anna Brooks here. Welcome to today's audio blog. Why am I never enough? Sometimes it feels like it never stops. This never-ending cycle of chasing your own tail. You push to get up earlier to fit it all in. Your routine is set. Workout needs to be done. Chores need to be completed. Family needs to be taken care of. Dinner planned. Not to mention you actually need to get to your job and then rush home to continue the mountain of to-dos before you eventually collapse and either find yourself the mid-fourth mouthful of food, of chocolate before you realize, or else just slumped exhaustedly into bed. And you wonder, just for a second, when you dare to catch yourself, when will it be enough? Why is it never enough? Why am I never enough? No matter how much you get done, each day just seems to zoom right into the next. The to-do list never shrinks, and just as you finish one thing, it always seems another two pop up. You feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and just a little bit like you're losing your mind. Like in this very moment, you could almost laugh at yourself, if you didn't also want to cry, that is. It's not that you don't want to do this stuff. You love your family, your friends, your career, and your lifestyle choice. Well, mostly. But sometimes you wonder why no one else seems to have these high expectations, why others seem to just travel along this road called life with the bare minimum. They do what is completely necessary and not much more. They plan a holiday every couple of years and their financial goals seem so simple, plain, boring. And this whole time you are pushing, striving for more, wondering why you always need more, and if maybe your ex way back then was just a little bit right, that you are in fact selfish. Deep down, you know it's not true. But sometimes, at the end of another exhausting day, just for a moment, you let that thought pass through. Then you think about what this is all for, when it will be enough. You push and you try with all that you have, but somehow you aren't sure that you're getting anywhere. Shouldn't you have it all together by now? Wasn't your plan to have your life sorted by now? Be married, have a kid, be earning at least double what you are now? Wasn't your plan to have succeeded? And even though to everyone else nothing looks out of place, in your own mind, your life is completely unrecognizable to you when compared to your dream. You can barely remember the last time you were satisfied, like you had actually lived up to your expectations. Maybe sometime in school, when it finished, for like a second. And then you found the next thing, the next goal, the next point. And since then, you can't really remember feeling any peace, any sense of pride, just a constant pull to go further. So you turn to your weakness, the cheese, the wine, the chocolate, the shopping, anything that can fill the need for peace and control. You feel like your life feels like it's whizzing by without much input from you anymore. Yet if you drop the ball just once, then everything will come crashing down. But for those few moments when you give in, you are free. You have clarity, silence, and just for a moment, life floats away. So why do you do this? Why do you stuff it all up when you're just that close to your goal anyway? Just a couple of kilos from your goal weight, just a few hundred from your finance goal. Why do you screw it up when it counts? Why does it feel like it's never enough? No matter how much you do, you either screw it up or you just fall short of your goal anyway. For me, food was my weakness. My entire self-worth was conveniently tied to my body image, and as long as I wasn't skinny, I was worthless. So I pushed in everything, only to sabotage myself on the thing I knew deep down I wanted most. It was never enough because I wouldn't let myself be. I'd convinced myself so deeply that I didn't deserve love or respect until I looked a certain way, that eventually the truth became that I felt I couldn't even expect love or respect from myself until I looked a certain way. And having no love or respect for yourself is a great shortcut to making sure you always set yourself up for failure. After all, why would you help someone you don't love or respect? Why would you want to go out of your way to help them and support them? It's never enough because you've chosen it that way. Never is a damn long time, and giving yourself a time frame with no end is another great way of ensuring you constantly fail. See where I'm getting at? It all comes down to you and the stupid rules that you set yourself. Like, I can't enjoy my body until I weigh XYZ, or I can't be happy until I earn XYZ, or I'm not worthy of love until I find someone who loves me. All great ways to ensure you keep yourself from your goal. They are all oxymorons. How can you get a body that weighs XYZ if you don't enjoy it now? How can you get to earn XYZ if you can't be happy with what you have? And how in the world can you find someone to love you if you can't love yourself? What kind of energy do you think you will attract? Self-hate, unhappiness, and rejection. Not exactly the kind of energy that is needed to make these dreams real. It will never be enough as long as you decide you aren't enough. But the moment you decide that in this moment you are perfect, exactly where you're meant to be, and live in that moment, the need to escape this reality will fade. You won't need to turn to your vice for the release. Your life will be your release. Only you can decide you are enough. It is never about anyone else to prove. But trust me, once you truly decide you are enough just as you are, you will suddenly attract all kinds of people and circumstances that will be lining up to prove it to you. You are enough. You can love yourself before someone else loves you, and you can feel happy before you achieve all that you still want to achieve. Because none of those things will ever come true from a place of lack, only a place of abundance. A place of abundance, of love and respect and enoughness. I've created a word. For yourself. What do you need to let go of and accept? What area of your life do you feel you are not enough in? Is it your whole life? And how will you move forward now? Live life on purpose. Bye.